Howdy, this is part of a series on Maximum Doom. Today, we got a twofer. We'll be looking at Combat.Wad and Combat_2.Wad, both created by Carl R. Peters. Don't be misled now, Combat 2 is not a Doom 2 conversion, it's a fully fledged sequel. Okay, maybe fully fledged isn't the best way of putting it. It's a sequel. It's not, however, part of Maximum Doom. Only the first Combat holds that distinction. I just figured I'd flush two turds at once and get them both out the way. Combat.Wad was released in '94 for Doom 1 and consists of 3 levels. E1M1 is a flat room with some walls, some barrels, and 32 demons of varying transparency. Your weapons include 4 chainsaws that you'll never use, and 4 berserk packs, which come in handy when you blow yourself up. Let's just be clear, everything you're about to see is shit. It's amateur hour. Hell, it's fucking amateur week. This one map is about as good as it gets, and that's only because there is some fun to be had in trying to berserk punch a barrel at a group of demons. Next. E1M2 is a flat room with some walls. Sensing a pattern here? You start in the middle of a variety of enemies, and on ultraviolence, you only get a shotgun. I really hope you like the shotgun as much as this guy does, because you're going to be using it a lot. So you clear out the beginning room, then enter a straight hallway with more enemies, including a Baron at the end. I should note that there are 0 secrets in either of the 2 WADs talked about today. However, this map does have a non-secret. You can push one of the walls to open 4 closets, filled with shells that you will never need. Next. E1M3 is a flat room with some pillars, and mega armor, some blueberries, and a plasma rifle. Now that's what I call Doom. Place is filled with specters and a cyber demon. You just go around flipping switches till the exit opens. It's pretty big, so getting hung up on fuzzballs shouldn't be an issue. Now that's Combat.Wad. Favorite map? No. Least favorite map? Yes. Moving on. Combat2.Wad is a complete Episode 2 replacement. Yeah, we're still working with Doom 1 assets. Now the first Combat came out pretty damn early, several months before even Doom 2, so I'll cut it a little slack. Combat 2, on the other hand, came out almost a year after that, in '95. Same year that gave us stuff like fava beans and Nostromo's Run. And granted, they set a high bar for the time, but there's no way around it. This shit fucking sucks. E2M1 is a flat room with some walls, and 60 imps. It's actually kinda hard to avoid getting boxed in since you only have the shotgun. But if push comes to shove, just step in the lava to end the stage. A lot of these have the exit right there. Next. E2M2 is the same as E1M2. Only difference is that those non-secret rooms are now empty. The contents have been made multiplayer only. You know, for when you got a friend that you want to torture. Next. E2M3 is a flat room with some pillars, and a lot of imps and cacos. Again, it's not easy to punch a hole through the wall of meat when all you're given is a shotgun. However, this time you can go outside the arena for a quick escape. It's a 20% damaging floor out there, but you get 4 soul spheres and 4 green armors, which should be enough to whittle the horde down to a more manageable size. Still boring though. Next. E2M4 is a flat room with some pillars and dead-end hallways. There are 80 imps and 16 barons. Your arsenal? Plenty of shells and 28 rockets, at least on ultraviolence. 28 rockets. If you don't get infighting going, if you don't corral the barons into a tight group before pumping explosives into them, you're gonna be using that shotgun for a while. It's dreadful, and then you have to go around pressing buttons for 5 fucking minutes just to open the exit up. Next. E2M5. Here it is. The rest of the WAD sucks dick, but this fucking thing can unhinge its jaw and slurp down an entire elephant cock. 464 enemies. You get a handful of rockets, some bullets, but every time I've played this map, it's taken me about 18 minutes to finish. And I guarantee you, 95% of that time was spent holding the fire button down, slinging one shotgun shell after another towards most of the Doom 1 bestiary. It just occurred to me that you never see a lost soul in this WAD. Thank God for small favors, I guess. You will, however, see another 16 barons, and they usually come at you in pairs. So no matter how well you ration your rockets, you will have to shotgun them the same as everything else. The only saving grace is that you can exit right at the beginning, except it's the secret exit. So you can trade this level for the next one, which is better, or you can fight your way to the normal exit at the center of a pathetic maze. I guess I should talk about the layout since it isn't just a flat room with walls. It's 4 flat rooms with walls, surrounding a central hub. The odd thing is, all that real estate is wasted. When you open a door and fire, every enemy in that room will hear you and come running, and there aren't any items inside, so What's the fucking point? M5 is abysmal in every way. Next. E2M9 is a flat room with walls, 55 barons, and 1 cyber demon. Thankfully, you get more than enough rockets for once. Also, if you're so inclined, you can run around, grab the keys, and let the cyber demon loose. But the area is so big that it's kinda boring just trying to get them to infight. Whole thing is boring, but still an improvement on what's come before. Not that that's a difficult task. One odd thing. The central area that you start in is full of armor bonuses and some rockets. If you leave, you can't get back inside. Whole thing is surrounded by one-sided teleport line defs. I have no idea. Next. E2M6 is the same as E1M3, but with slightly different item placement. At least you get a plasma rifle and plenty of cells. Next. E2M7 is not a flat room with pillars. Look. Stairs. Bravo, Mr. Peters, your maps have finally hit puberty. So there's an arena surrounded by way too many barons, a couple of cyber demons near the steps, and you'll soon be joined by pinkies and cacos. This one isn't as bad, mainly because infighting is easier to provoke, as long as you're able to run circles. For whatever reason, there are 4 weapon and ammo closets, accessed via these teleporters stuck on the outside of each pillar. It's real easy to accidentally walk into one of them. This is like a heartbeat. A really, really weak heartbeat before the WAD is declared dead for good. Next. E2M8 is similar to E2M3 in that you got a flat room with pillars and then an outer perimeter that hurts. Except here, it's only a 5% damaging floor, and you get 4 mega armors and 8 soul spheres. The downside is that you gotta deal with 4 cyber demons in this maze. Yeah, it kinda reminds me of another map I've been playing recently, but we'll talk about that whenever I get around to 400 minutes of VR. You get plenty of cells, so just hose the big boys down. Oh, and in case you didn't catch it, on Ultraviolence, you will never see a BFG throughout the entire level set. Awesome. That's it for Combat.Wad. It's fucking terrible. When people shit talk slaughter maps, this is probably what they're thinking about. Mindless, monotonous, and boring. E2M7 at least has height variation and some decent infighting, but I'll never play this crap again. And you shouldn't play it at all. Till next time.